Hey everybody, it's Roger from Roger's Reviews, and in about 15 minutes it's going to be my birthday. Hitting the big old 50, November 10th, 1970. Got some heavy boxes, so we're going to do some box openings and turn some light on here. Maybe I'll look too pale, but let's see here. That looks a little better. All right. This box is falling apart. You really have to cut it. It's just it's a box inside a box. Inside a box here. Oh man. Okay. What's it say? Get my little speckles on here. Let's see. Adjustable eye assembly. Okay. These are, if you have a trailer, you pull heavy equipment, this is definitely something you should think about. I got this on all my trailers. When I first started, I had so many problems with my trailers. Always breaking. I put a brand new hitch on it. Guys, especially if you have skid steers, they move the skid steers trailers around and everything starts breaking. So ever since I went to the military Pintle hitch like this, these things are rated for, it says right there, 7 tons. So 14,000 pounds or better they're rated for. And then it comes with your, I always recommend getting one of these too, these channels, because then you can actually have some adjustment. It even comes with the bolts and nuts and everything you need to make it happen. So, but just make sure you have some low hydrogen or really good welder to attach this to your trailer, and make sure they reinforce it and make it as strong as possible, because this is what holds your whole entire trailer. I even gusset mine with low hydrogen, so it makes this very, very super solid, because you imagine your whole trailer is holding on to that thing. But once this is welded down, and once this Pintle hitch is put on there, this thing is not going to let you down. I've had mine probably for over 15 years. I started. Once I seen how easy they work, how durable they are. I mean, if the military uses them, that's why they call them military hitches, even to other Pintles. There's the little thing that came with. I just love these hitches. They're just like tough, super tough. And a lot of times it's less expensive. If you go to a trailer place, sometimes you have to pay over $100. If you go to like maybe Tractor Supply, they're over $100. But if you're in a pinch and you have to have them that day, I'd say probably Tractor Supply is probably the place to go. I think there's like an H&D trailer supply off of I-10. I go there sometimes, but it takes me like half the day. It's like 10 or 15 miles there, 10 or 15 miles back, and then you know, it's half an hour in there looking for what you want, if they have what you want. But this is the way you want to go. For less than $100, you can have everything shipped to your door for free on Amazon. So I ordered an extra one. Whoops. Sorry about that. I ordered an extra one because they're always handy in case you get a different trailer. You got somebody coming by that, if you work on trailers, you'll have an extra one. So that's what I did. One of my buddies had to use one of mine. He paid me back for it, so this time I have an extra one at the house, an extra one at the shop, and that way I'll be ready. So anyway, this is Roger from Roger's Reviews on the Pintle hitch and all the accessories. So if you guys, like I said, you have any type of trailer, any type of heavy duty equipment, this is the way to go. Once you do it on one trailer, you want to do it on all your trailers. Because like I said, I've been in business pulling trailers over 20 years. And when I first started, I didn't have any military hitches. And then I bought a big dump truck, and it had a military hitch. And then I had to put a military hitch on the trailer, or the actually I bought a chipper to put on it, and the chipper already had the Pintle set up. And so instead of having to switch everything back and forth, I just started changing everything out to Pintle. As soon as I would get a trailer, as soon as I'd get a chipper, as soon as I'd get any type of thing I had to pull, I'd put a ring on it. And it got to the point where I would even put it on the tiniest of trailers. I would put it on, I don't care if the trailer was like a single axle and was 500-pound trailer or less. I'd cut everything off and put a Pintle on it. And that way too, you get away with, a lot of people don't have Pintles, like your friends and relatives. They don't have Pintles, so they can't borrow your trailers. And if they want to borrow one, they have to go out and spend 100, 150 bucks or 200 bucks to get something put on their truck or more to pull your trailers. They're not going to do it. So it eliminates a lot of unnecessary BS, keeps people from borrowing your stuff. They're a lot easier to lock up. They're just a lot more heavy duty, and that's why I prefer them. So like I said, if you have a tree service, you have any type of business, a roofing company, if you haul any type of heavy equipment, switch over to military hitches. And there's a couple other tricks too that we use. A lot of the trailers, the jacks and stuff would break on them. What I ended up doing is cutting the jack off, and then a lot of times we'll just put a foot on there, and we put two rings on the corners of the trailers, two hitches on the corners, and then we weld the 3/8 or small hitch balls on the corners of our skid steers, so we can basically pick the trailer up and throw it on any vehicle, and we don't need any jacks. And it keeps people from stealing your trailers, keep people from messing with your trailers, renting your trailers, or borrowing your trailers. It makes it a lot more secure. You have to have we also beef up all our trailers and make them really heavy, so it takes 2 or 3 men can't even pick up the tongue on a trailer. You have to have a skid steer to pick up our trailers. You have to have a Pintle hitch to pull our trailers. So if they're heavy duty and they weigh a lot, you have to have a 1 ton or at least 3/4 ton truck to pull our stuff. So most people don't have a 3/4 ton truck. Most people don't have a Reese hitch receiver. Most people don't have a Pintle in the Reese hitch receiver. And most people aren't familiar with the military style hitches, and they're not capable of using them. So if you want to eliminate a lot of the nonsense of having equipment and people borrowing and breaking them, have employees breaking them, switch out to the military hitch, and I guarantee you'll have 10 times less problems, 10 times less people borrowing your stuff. And then I weld everything together. Once I get everything the way I want it, I have my welder go back and weld the bolts and just put little patches of weld everywhere. That way nobody can change your setup. It has to be ground down or torched out. And that way, also too, I put a little ring and welded on my trailers. And then I put a Pintle lock on all my trailers, and I lock it in so nobody can ever take my Pintle lock. It'll never be lost anywhere. As soon as you take it off and you put it on the trailer, once you're done with the lock and you're ready to use the trailer, you take it off and you put it right back on the trailer and lock it. So there's only 2 places that Pintle lock should be. So that's another innovation that we use. I've never seen it before. And the other one was what I was talking about is the corners of the trailer. A lot of times you can take your skid steer, pick up the corner of the trailer and set it on the hitch. Well, we actually made receivers on each corner in a 45, and you can shove those rings in and pin them off, and they're real inexpensive once you get it set up. Or you can use square tubing that fits in a receiver. You can pick up the whole trailer with that ball and set it right on the hitch. So you'll see in our videos how we're set up. It just makes it 10 times easier and a lot safer to be picking up and putting trailers on trucks and taking them off. And you can almost do it blindfolded now the way we have it set up. Anyway, this is Roger with Roger's Reviews on the military hitch, Pintle type hitch. I highly recommend it. And if you like this video, crush the like button, and we'll bring you other little tricks of the trade that we use to make our life easier here at Tree Life Tree Service 584 Tree. Have a great day.